Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie, I am the Introverted Reader, and today, we have another book review / discussion video. If you see by the title, you see that this is another installment in the little series that I've been doing as of lately, where I have been reading popular romance books and I take notes on them and then I make a video discussing them. I've made a playlist of the 2 episodes of this that I've done thus far. I will leave that linked down below if you want to go and watch the first 2 episodes. This one, okay, so you see by the title, I read The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. Actually, I actually didn't read this book in its entirety. Unfortunately, folks, we DNF this one. I got to 55-ish% of this, over halfway through, and I probably could have finished it, but I just couldn't be bothered anymore. I wasn't really having a very good time. Okay. But before we start, cheers, let's hydrate. If you've yet to hydrate today, please do so. Any hooters. So Christina Lauren, I had heard of this author duo before. I wasn't too sure whether or not I'd read their books. I had a different author in mind for this 3rd installment, and I might still read this author. I don't want to give away who it is because I may or may not. I'm still on the fence as to whether or not I'm going to read the books or not, because he is very popular in these streets. So, but anyway, I'll keep you posted about that. But I find this book, and it was only 99p on Kindle, whereas the other author's book was £6. So I was just like, listen, your gal is cheap, okay? I'm going to go for the 99p option. That was a mistake. That was my first mistake. Anyway, so what this book is about, The True Love Experiment. This book is about our main character, Felicity, or Fizzy, as she's known. Fizzy. Anyway, so she has made a little bit of a name for herself. She's actually a very well-known romance author herself. She's written a lot of books. She hasn't come out with anything new as of lately, and she's feeling really down about that. She's like, how can I write about love when I've never truly experienced it myself, and she thought that she was in love once, but then the guy broke her heart, and she's kind of, she's at that stage where she's, been there, done that, because the other 2 books that I read, the main characters in those were sort of in the same boat as well, with their love lives. So I was like, right, okay, we're on a good streak here, okay. So anyway, so she hasn't written anything new, feeling a bit down, whatever. And then she spots this guy at a bar who is our male main character, our hero, I guess I should say. His name is Connor. They spot each other at the bar, but nothing's really done about it. And then they kind of go separate ways, whatever. Now, Connor, our hero, he works at a television station. He's a producer. And he's kind of down on his luck as well. He's a single dad. He was married and he's divorced now, but he has a 10-year-old daughter. And, he goes and sees her, and, he wants to make important documentaries, about climate change and the environment. Dude basically wants to be David Attenborough, which is funny because he's British. But I'll say this, overusage of the words bloody and does not a British man make. I'm just saying, overusage of those 2 words, calm it down, okay? Anyway, that's besides the point. Anyway, so, and, between all of that, he really wants to make these documentaries, and, the TV station's not really letting him, because they're like, they don't really fit the bill with what we want you to do. You'll do what we tell you, and that's it. And then one day, his boss basically says to him, listen, we've got an idea for a new dating reality show. Now, dating reality shows are a dime a dozen nowadays. I don't watch any of them because I really can't be bothered, but if you do, I'm not going to yuck your yum. But anyway, so he So anyway, his boss asks him if he wants to do this new dating show where basically they get one girl and all these guys, and basically the public votes on who they want to be, like a bachelor sort of thing, essentially, I'm assuming. I don't know if there's a public vote when it comes to the bachelor, but anyway, and at first, and you know, he's just like, oh, I don't want to do this, but they're offering him a lot of money, so he's just like, well, if I do this, then I can make a little bit of extra money, and you know, maybe then I can be able to fund my own projects. So then how they meet each other again, are two people, is Connor finds Felicity's books at his ex-wife's house when he goes around to see his daughter. He finds her books and he Googles her name and he's all like, oh, that's that hot woman I saw at the bar the other night. Oh yes, maybe her. So he gets in touch with her and she comes in and well, it's actually kind of funny because she thinks that they're propositioning her to do a TV show about one of her books, or like adapting one of her books. And then he's like, no, this isn't about your books. We want to talk about you, actually. Do you fancy being part of a dating show? And they pitch the idea. And at first she's like, no thanks, I'm good. And then she actually walks out. But then she walks back in and she says yes, but she's got some conditions. And basically her conditions is that she wants all of the men in this dating show to be like bookish archetypes. I know. And then it goes from there, essentially. And I will, and my, and listen, it's fine, whatever. You know, conversations about, you know, like, it's okay to enjoy reality TV. It's okay to enjoy romance. That's all fine and good. That's fine. But that's not why I DNF this book. Felicity is 37 years old. She's meant to be 37 years old. Why does she read as if she's younger? Why do I feel like if you had told me she was 23, I probably would have believed you. If you had told me she was a bit younger, I would have believed you. But no, she's meant to be 37. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't. She reads younger. She feels younger. She's just... Why would a 37-year-old woman want everybody to call her Fizzy? I can understand if that is a cute nickname that your bestie gives you, you know, when you're hanging out together. Maybe it was your nickname, whatever, once upon a time. Maybe your bestie calls you that, that's fine. But when you're sitting in like an interview type setting with, you know, because when her and Connor meet for the second time, like properly, and he's interviewing her for this show, he just calls her Felicity, and she's all like, oh no, call me Fizzy, like everyone else does. And it's literally like, no, we're meant to be in a professional setting right now. Why are you getting him to call you Fizzy? I wouldn't be calling her Fizzy. I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, your mommy, your bestie can call you that, but not me. That's just the little gripe that I had. And the thing, and like, she calls him a hot dilf to his face, like, not in her head. Like, sweetheart, there's things we keep in here, and there's things that we say out loud. Like, I wouldn't be calling Pedro Pascal daddy to his face. I would, you know, I had a dream that I did, but that's it. And anyway, not important. But like, I would call him by his name if he was standing in front of me, you know, to not make myself look dumb. I wouldn't be calling him, oh yeah, hot Delph, you need to get it together. I wouldn't be calling him that. Not to his face. What is wrong with you? Anyway, but like, he just laughs it off. It's whatever. And then, you know, they're flirting and bonding and whatever. And there's one particular evening, she propositions him because, you know, they hang out together and whatever, because she's all like, I feel like I've never experienced true joy before, you know, and I think maybe the two of us need that. So they go out on these little excursions together and they come back and she propositions him, like I just said. And she's all like, oh, you want to come on in? And he's all like, for what? And she's like, you know, for what? And he's all like, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, you're going to be on the dating show. I'm producing it. I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, he's attracted to her, sure. He's like, I would be lying if I said I wasn't attracted to you, but like, I don't think that's a good idea. And she's all like, oh, we could just keep it cash. And he's all like, I'm not about that life. He's not about the casual sex type life, which I thought was very admirable of him. I'm like, you know what? I respect that. I respect that. And she propositions him not just that once, but twice. Because the second time they go to the beach together and they start making out and things, you know, start getting heavy. And, you know, she puts it out there again. And then he says no a second time, right? At this point, I think that I would be done. Because you put yourself out there. Once he said no, you've kissed and you put yourself out there again and he said no. And she kind of just brushes it off. She's like, oh, whatever, I'll just go and find the biggest vibrator I can find and have fun with that, whatever. But like, at this point, I'm speaking for myself. You know, maybe there's stronger women out there, but for me, I would be like, do you know what? I don't think I want to do this anymore because I'm starting to catch feelings and you've rejected me now twice. And being honest, I think I would bow out gracefully while I still had my dignity. That is just me. That's just me at the end of the day, folks. I feel really bad that I'm bouncing all over the place. But that's what this book felt like. The end of the day, I did have a lot of, as you can probably tell, I had a lot of issues with this book. Mainly just, and like after the beach excursion, she comes home and she's like talking to her best friend and she's talking about like, oh, if he would just me, I would feel a lot better. And I'm like, and then I saw the word love and I was like, no, you're not in love. You're horny. Like you're this book wasn't it. This book wasn't it. I'm sorry. If Christina Lauren is like your favorite author duo, what is going on with my hair? If Christina Lauren is your favorite author duo ever and you love this book, I'm sorry. Maybe I should have put a disclaimer out there that you shouldn't have watched this video. You know what I mean? I liked Connor. I did. But, you know, why are these 30-year-olds acting like as if they're younger? Like, why? It just wasn't it. I'm sorry. It just wasn't it. And then they do eventually do the deed, but it happened really fast that I blinked and it was over. So, and then I was like, you know what? I think I'm done. And this just, I was like, no, like, give me Abby Jimenez. Give me, what is the guy's name in Part of Your World? I can't see. This is what happens. I forget characters' names. But give me Dr. Alexis and her lumberjack any day of the week, please, with his baby goat and his puppy, please. No, this wasn't it. Leave me suggestions of better romance books in the comments. That are not this, thank you. Romance books about reality TV shows? No. I'm gonna go. So I will leave the playlist for this, for the other two episodes that I've done in this series where I'm a lot more positive. Also down below is all my socials, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Go follow me on any of those if you want. I have important videos on my TikTok concerning the Congo and Palestine. So please interact with them as much as you can. I'm also selling some K-pop albums over there. So if you want any bit of that, feel free. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the bell. I'll see you at the weekend. Hopefully with a lot more positivity. Bye.